Hey guys, I'm NightWolf, your host for episode 4 of Movie Mania, the podcast where I give you the latest on comic book movies. Also, welcome to Nerdy Geek Talk, the source for all your nerdy geeky needs. Let's jump right into the world of comic book movie news and just nerdy geeky news. Alright, so first off, a new Warcraft movie poster was released and it was tweeted, and the tweet read along with it, quote, "Enemies will unite and worlds will collide. Get ready for the worldwide debut of the hashtag Warcraft movie trailer on 11/6, unquote." And yes, I realize that this technically isn't a comic book movie, but it is a nerdy geeky movie based off a video game, and so I thought I'd mention it. Before I say what the poster is, I would like to say that I don't play Warcraft or World of Warcraft, and I basically know nothing about it. So on the left side of the poster, um, is on the left side of the sword that's in the middle of the poster is like a goblin type, almost ogre creature with a red face and big teeth coming out from the bottom of his mouth. One of them being pierced, which is very odd. He has a pierced tooth. On the right side is what I think is a human, with like blue war paint or something on his face. Overall, this poster looks pretty epic, though. It's definitely getting me hyped, and I basically know nothing about the movie, but it is a very cool poster. An honorable mention goes to the Peanuts movie that is now out, which is at least a comic movie, if not a comic book movie. I wouldn't really consider it nerdy geeky, really. It's kind of a popular movie, but still, I have not seen it, but I am really pumped because it looks pretty funny, honestly. I can put up a review on our website at nerdygeektalk.wordpress.com when I see it, so I'll get that to you guys then. So, up next, we have a little bit of news regarding the Wonder Woman movie with Gal Gadot, I probably mispronounced that, playing Wonder Woman herself. The costume, which has been revealed for a while now, is good, but it's definitely nothing special. In comic books, we normally see a bright and patriotic costume. However, this like basically all other DC costumes has very dark and dull shades, which I get that DC is trying to go all serious since after the fail of Green Lantern, which honestly wasn't that big, but they took it too seriously, and now they're literally taking all their movies too seriously, and so they're just making basically every costume we see dark and depressing colors and really dark and dull. Um, I mean, it definitely brings a powerful era to her, but not in like the smiling Amazon warrior kind of way. I think this costume almost makes her seem more like the Man of Steel, which I get when she was created. She was basically a female Superman, no matter what your opinion is about that. She basically is slash was. But that's not after character development. She really isn't anymore. She's basically her own character, which I fully support and is really cool, but she needs to get her own color scheme. Like, she's using red and blue, and there's no, like, white stars, I don't think, that I've seen on it. And so, she needs to have a more independent thing. And I really, really need some more brighter colors in these costumes. It's looking very dark and dull. Basically, the only costume that has an excuse is Batman, which I'll talk about a little bit. Uh Batman, I r- I really like the suit. It looks really cool. It doesn't look as like gadgety as I think it should really. It looks a lot just like cloth over his body, which it should be more. It's the bat suit. Also, I don't like the new logo. It's like a fat bat symbol, and I think it just looks really dumb. They should just go with the original Batman logo that everybody knows. It's a great logo. They don't need to try and change it to modernize it and look cool. And where's the blue? I like blue on Batman. That's how he should be. Uh he should I mean, I'm literally fine with the classic blue head and cape and spiky ears. But they're kind of making the ears really small and kind of weird now. I mean, I guess it's not a big deal, but I don't know. It's just okay. So now on to the new news of Wonder Woman, which is talks of Oscar-winning actress Nicole Kidman said to be negotiating a role of quote high-ranking Amazonian warrior unquote, which most people are assuming to mean Queen Hippolyta. I probably pronounced that wrong. Wonder Woman's biological mother. However, it still remains unclear whether the movie is going to follow that origin. And maybe she could play Hera. I mean, it does say Amazonian, but I mean, I don't know. Um, I think it'd be cool either way. Um, my opinion about this is really just in the middle. There's certainly nothing wrong with any of the casting for this movie, but nothing has made me go, yes, that's the perfect person to play that. I have no doubts about this movie or how good it's gonna be. I feel like it's gonna be okay, but I don't have super high hopes. DC has lately been meh, and I'm hoping they'll take a step forward in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice. But again, it's probably gonna be really, really dark, which they're losing a lot of their audiences, honestly. DC was like the first company to like make comics for like adults and older teens too, and not just make them all kid friendly. But that doesn't mean their movies have to be all. Of course, like all Marvel movies are PG-13 too, because there's like fighting and stuff in it. But and yes, my opinion of Marvel is also that their movies are getting too light-hearted. But I don't think they're gonna get to a point where they're gonna do Green Lantern and then become DC. Because DC, I'm kind of mad at. That's I'm disappointed with what they're doing. They need to not have a totally dark tone all the time. You're losing kids that would be able to see it, but you're making it dark and depressing on all of your movies. And so parents see it and they're like, no, this is not a kid movie. Batman is a character that should be for all ages. There's freaking Batman animated little kid toys and kid shows, but when it comes to movies, they just have to make him a dark jerk. Not jerk, but like a dark person that is just very violent and not a lot of good stuff. But I talked a lot about that. So on to Doctor Strange, which is the Phase 3 movie I'm second most excited about, Civil War being the first. Um Doctor Strange also has some news. Michael Stuhlbarg, probably pronounced that wrong. I pronounce so many names wrong. So many complicated names. So many. Uh, but Michael Stuhlbarg is said to be cast as Nicodemus West, Strange's rival. Of course, Doctor Strange is being cast as Benedict Cumberbatch, which I think will turn out great if there's a good script. Um, Benedict Cumberbatch definitely seems like a Doctor Strange kind of guy. I wouldn't have cast him as anybody else. Um, I feel like if the writing doesn't support the kind of Doctor Strange that Benedict Cumberbatch should be, then it's gonna be an awkward and not very well played out movie. But if they can have the script suit Cumberbatch, then I think it will be great. So some minor news on the plot. It is said to be that the main plot will be Doctor Strange's efforts to become the new Sorcerer Supreme and protect the Earth from unseen threats that even the Avengers are not prepared to deal with. Um, Personally, I'm so ready for Doctor Strange to be in the MCU, and especially to see him in Avengers: Infinity War, part one and two. Doctor Strange is a character that I really like. I have not been currently keeping up, um, since issue 4 or 5 of Secret Wars, but last I knew, spoiler alert, fast forward like 10 or so seconds ahead, um, he is dead, which makes me very sad. Um, but Doctor Strange is a super powerful character, and they can do so much with him, which I think is really cool. Um, he's gonna have to have a major role in the movies because he's just such a powerful character. You can't have that powerful of a character be minor, and they're not gonna make him a not very powerful character because that'd just be ridiculous. All right, so just some brief movie, comic book, nerdy, geeky stuff for you guys. Just quick listen some more stuff off. X-Men Age of Apocalypse should have a teaser out on November 6th, which is in 4 days, probably, if I uploaded this video as planned. Not movie news, but Tommy Flanagan from Sons of Anarchy is now going to appear in the show Gotham. And finally, Hugh Jackman still has rumors involving his scattered involvement in Age of Apocalypse. He has also been said to be involved with reshoots in that movie. Oh, something I almost forgot to mention is that there is going to be a new Star Trek TV show. It is set to premiere in January 2017. And contrary to popular opinion, I don't think the latest movies have been terrible. I think people are forgetting that if you watch the first movies, they're filled with crappy special effects and 5-minute spaceship takeoffs. Quite literally. It gets boring. There's not even any rockets or flames. Um, but no doubt, I do have respect for the original films. That's not what I'm saying. I respect them. They are overall good movies for their time. They can be really boring now, but when you consider what these new films are taking inspiration from, I think they're pretty good. The casting has been fine, nothing special, kind of like Wonder Woman. The films have been pretty decent so far, and I'm definitely open to the idea of a TV show, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with it. Um, with the movies, they've had a limited amount of time, but I'm kind of glad so they can definitely pack action into it, unlike the original Star Trek movies, which I think is really cool. Um, with the TV show, they'll have time to play out a lot more elaborate plot, and I think that'll make it a lot cooler. I'm assuming they're going with like the same cast that they're doing it. Um, they did Into Darkness, and um, there was another one, I forget what it is. But I'm really excited for it. I think it's gonna be cool. There'll be lots of elaborate plot things happening, like running plot things that we'll check up on, and this is a show that I definitely want to keep up with. Which it is coming out January 2017, which that's a long way away, but I'm still really excited about it. I think they can make it much better than the movies. Not that the movies are bad, but if they're making a TV show, I think they could do a lot more with it, especially if they pack as much action as they do in the movies into like each episode of the TV show, which would be great. Um, I love TV shows that have lots of action because that makes it pack that much more action into a whole season, and it just gives you so much to think about and watch. Um, Now, I know we haven't talked about Star Wars for a while on Movie Mania, and basically at all, especially since the new trailer has come out. Aramis Prime and I have both seen it, and it looks great. We will either have a trailer analysis article on nerdygeektalk.wordpress.com or a video on this channel. We'll see what we decide to do. It may be one of us, it may be both of us. But we saw the trailer basically right when it came out. We're just getting to it. Uh, so that's all the movie news we have for now. So thanks for listening. You can check out our main website at nerdygeektalk.wordpress.com. All links will be in the description for exclusively MCU, Marvel Cinematic Universe news and theories. Check out my website at marveltheory.wordpress.com. And you may be wondering about TF Talk, Aramis Prime site for exclusively Transformers. Right now, we are working on and changing it some, and we'll let you know as soon as we have it back up. Once again, all links in the description. If you're new here at Nerdy Geek Talk, we are a couple of nerdy geeks ourselves here, bringing to you the latest in nerdy geeky things like Transformers, Marvel, DC, comics, and more. We have several different podcasts you can check out on our YouTube channel, Nerdy Geek Talk, and we also have some video reviews, so you can check those out. Thanks for listening. I'm NightWolf. Bye.